Make sure that you tune in every Thursday to the Blueprint Live at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, live on Facebook and YouTube. And then you can catch me on Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediaco.com today. Hey y'all, welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live with your girl MzMetchi. Brought to you by Philly 101.5 and Indie 95.3 and Fluent Radio. Shout out to our partners, Be Your Own Kind and Ms. Z with the T, honey. And thank you to our amazing sponsors, Tax Strategy, Black Dollar Days, Fiya Infusions, and last but not least, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Okay, tune in every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central.
What it do? Your favorite cousin, Young Jock, checking in. And right now, you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite, MzMetchi, all right? Hey, man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Oh, it's your boy, $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey, man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi. And I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Oh, Fabo!
Had a long day. It's a beautiful life. I have to bring it in on a high note. Okay, shout out to Chaza, Fitz P, Theo, okay, and Mac Millie. They went crazy on that track. That is off of the Go Ill album. Shout out to Seven Lee, Chaza, the whole gang, the Circle crew. Okay, welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. And baby, we are starting the week off on a very, very high note. I have such an amazing show for you today. Super excited. If you haven't already, make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company on all platforms at the BP Media Co. And make sure that you're following me, your girl, MzMetchi. It's MzMetchi, okay? Everywhere. It's literally everywhere. Tonight, what I want you all to do, I'm going to put the little ticker up. But I want you all to remember that tonight I want you to drop your business. Drop your business, drop your friend's business, your family member's business, that person that you see on your timeline all the time. And you scroll right past it, go ahead and tag them in the comments for me because someone needs what you have to offer, okay? They need what you have to offer. Before we jump in and before I go any further, I have to thank my amazing sponsors. Shout out to Live Long Health, Pretty Curvy Savage, Paris Ice Bar, and Fiya Infusions. They help me every week to be able to bring you all people like my special guest tonight, Dr. Shante Griggs, okay? She is a returning guest, a friend of the show, a friend of the Blueprint Media Company. Okay, and we're excited because she has so many things to share with us tonight. And I want you all to come close. I need you all to get this information from my very special guest tonight. And my sponsors make it all possible. And of course, shout out to my radio partners, Philly Jams 95.3, Fluent Radio, and Indie 101.5. Okay, you all know that I stream Facebook and YouTube live every week for you all on Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. But my show replays with my radio partners on Sundays at 3:30 p.m. our time. So make sure that you all go and follow them. Baby, it's on FM. It's on the internet. The Blueprint Live is everywhere. And of course, you can listen to us on the go. Everywhere that you listen to your favorite podcasts or radio shows. Okay, go ahead and do that. My preferred one, you all know, is Spotify. That's the one. Tonight, I felt like that it was only appropriate since we had Dr. Shante with us to talk about, are we really taking our wellness seriously? And we're going to break that down. That's a layered conversation. But I want you all to stay in tune with me. So later on, we can go ahead and jump in. Again, I'm going to remind you all, drop those businesses. I want to leave that up for just a second because y'all forget every week. Every week. Hey, Lan, how are you? What's up, cousin? Hey. So look, I'm really excited. Let me tell you all, about tonight. I want to start getting everything together because I'm about to bring you all my special guests for the evening. Okay, for tonight, for the show. Dr. Shante Griggs, she came on the show before, okay, and when we brought her on, she had just released her book, okay. So we have a lot that we have to catch up on tonight, but let me tell you all how this woman is dynamic, and this is a woman that is in the community. She is doing her thing, okay. She is a doctor, honey. A doctor, an entrepreneur, okay. She is someone that if you all are tuning into this show and you're just like, man, you know, you're looking for some motivation, she is the Black Girl Magic. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her on now. Dr. Shante, you ready for me, girl? Are you ready? I'm going to go ahead. I want to introduce you all to my special guest because some of you all are going to know Dr. Shante. Y'all, look, she just came on. But for those that are new, let me go ahead and introduce you all to my special guest, Dr. Shante Griggs. Hold on. Hey. Welcome back.
I know, it's the year anniversary coming from the last time that I was on the show. A few days before Juneteenth, if I'm not mistaken, because the book came out. Mm-hmm. So this is our 1 year anniversary.
I'm so excited. And you know, I felt like that was a great starting point because you had just released the book. So thank you. You literally put me in your press run for when that book was released. And we have been in touch ever since. So talk to me about from when we left off last year with the book. How has everything been?
Oh my God, a lot has happened. A lot has happened.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start, to be honest.
Let's start with the book.
A lot of things are the same. But I guess just new relationships being made, meeting new people, trying to keep up with everything, child. You know, I got this 8-year-old that's about to be 9. So,
yes,
it's, y'all already know what that mommy life is. What they call it, mompreneur. The mompreneur.
You're a mompreneur, yes.
I think it's a group for that. I had to find them. They might try. They might
okay.
Be. And what I wanted to do, I had planned on doing the Type 4 experience and like a national summit. And it was going to be where I just collaborate with people. So what I've been doing, because I've been pacing myself, I'm a serial planner, right? I plan things to death. Before I take action and just move, I'm going to plan it to death. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to collaborate with other people and bring other people in and then make it a big movement and travel. I had 6 cities. I had Bree up. We put together the 6 cities. We was over in. I think she got a slid in New York, and I didn't know that was on there too. Ooh, but the idea was to go across the country and talk about the Type 4 experience. It'd be a whole weekend of workshops and things, even doing hair, a live like a fashion show, but for hair, for Type 4 hair. So that was my
I love that.
We're putting that together. Yeah, so it's happening. It's just I didn't want to rush it, and then it's not that, again, that's that serial planner. I didn't want to rush it, but I needed to just do it.
I just want to know. So like when you released the book, was it always the plan for that, or was the summit, was that idea kind of after you got such an overwhelming response from the book?
Oh my God. So I did different interviews after yours, and we had conversations, and I would host those conversations in different places, maybe in different venues. If it was an up and coming venue or something, we would host the conversation. There was different topics on the Type 4 experience. I had a conversation that was the Type 4 experience and dating. We had to have that conversation, what that is like. And so I know people are asking, well, what do you mean the Type 4 experience? Well, when you think about Type 4, Afro kinky curly hair, when you think about that, the experience that we have as Black women with that texture hair, right?
Correct.
One of the ladies that was there on the panel speaking, she told us about her experience. She said she met a guy off her dating, like a dating app. And they met for the first time. They were going to have brunch or lunch or dinner, something to that effect. But she had her hair natural. But
Okay.
she had it where she just straightened it and had, because that's what her profile looked. The hair was straight, very much like how you see mine, straight, right?
Yeah.
But the thing
Right.
about it, it's poofing up now. That's what ended up happening. It was a humid day. And she
Whew.
said, she was
You know,
sitting
those
there
are worst
waiting.
days.
She was waiting on him and didn't realize that the hair reverted and she didn't even look the same. So she's like, I know he felt like I catfished him, but I did not. My hair reverted. And so that's a real thing with us, it's for women,
We have
so
to
we had
prepare.
a conversation about, dating when you have
I
the
love
natural
that.
hair.
And you
If
know
you're
what? We
that goes back and forth.
Yeah, with like even when you're going on vacation, we have, that's why they laugh at us for having our braids when we go on vacation. I'm like, do you all want to be? I'm not trying to be dealing with an afro while I'm at the beach, but I will,
With the hair
but
streaking up and tangling on you, and yeah, it's a bit much. It's much, yeah.
Well, now I feel like I want to move us into, right this year. You are on fire. You on fire, Dr. Shante. Come on now.
Oh, this girl's on fire.
Yes, you are. So you have a couple different events that are coming up, and that's why we got you on tonight, because look, I want you to promote. I'm excited for the Power Brunch series. Can we start there?
Oh, yes, absolutely, because that's coming up. The first one is coming up Sunday, June 22nd, and that is Power Brunch series. What is Power? Power stands for property ownership, wealth building, and entrepreneurial resources. Those are the things we're talking about. We want to help to produce more homeowners. We want more business owners, people to start a business. And then how do you do all of these things? Well, we want to be able to connect them with the resources, connect them with access, real access to these things, and not just what's on print or paper, but really show them how to do it. And it's steps. It just depends on, and also with, I said property ownership. So not just home ownership, but those who also want to invest in real estate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, look, can we talk about the motivation? Like because you have 3 other people that are going to be, like they're also like key people that will be there, key players. How did you all come together? Talk to me about the motivation behind it.
These are, I don't know, decade old relationships, and we just had different things that were going on. One of the business partner that I have, Ro Davis, he has a book too, Fix, Flip, Own. And I remember hosting one of his Flip That Hood. It's called Flip That Hood. It's a real estate crash course. And some of the people that attended the course, they needed to get incorporated, get their LLCs. They needed to be able to do that just to be able to take part in the real estate transaction. And so that's where I came in with the Start Smart ecosystem. Through Bluestone Capital Group. Yes. And so let me help you get set up. Let me help you get positioned to be able to get the property acquisition, to be able to get the business funding, the capital that you're going to need, that bridge capital you may need to do your rehab, your fix and flip, or, they need those. A lot of times they don't come to the table with that. Sometimes people just come credit strong and cash poor. So how do we help you get that, So, and then some people come with plenty of cash, but credit poor, so it's, it's one of those. And so and that's what we have to do. And so that's what I do. And that's the role that I play. And then we have another gentleman on there, Mr. Mark Carter. He is a community activist, has been that way for decades. And it's really about equity and inclusion for our people, for our communities. And so we definitely, connect with him. And the campaign that we have is from the block to the boardroom. That's what we're trying to do. We are trying to encourage people to become homeowners, to become to invest in real estate, to start businesses. The next generation, they keep talking about Black Wall Street, but we're in 2025 now. We need it's a new push. And of course, we want to pay homage to that by all means, but we still need to have our own. And I think this is the day and the time to do that. Also, we have the other gentleman that's on the flyer. He's the president of Southside Community Federal Credit Union. It is a Black-owned credit union. And so we need our own banking institutions, banks that will lend to us, that won't make us go through that process of filling out all the paperwork just to be
only
like,
to be denied.
we regret to inform you, knowing that they weren't going to give us any money to do anything, but they couldn't risk a discrimination lawsuit, right? So they have us go through jumping through all those hoops for basically not going to, but they don't mind us putting our money in their institutions. And one of the things I will say that the President Brown says from the credit union is, he said he likes to say, it's a saying, and I hope I don't mess it up, but where you save is who you save. Where you save is who you save. So we gotta be able to, put money, our coins, our Black coins into the Black-owned credit union, which I am also a member of. So
that's some food for thought right there.
So we have a powerful panel and we have workshops. So it's not really just about the panel of those people speaking. It's about what people are going to be learning in the different. So we have 6 different workshops from now through November. And we're organizing it so that they're coming and learning. With Ro Davis and his book, Fix, Flip, Own, the Cheat Code, How to Win at Real Estate in the Hood. It's a cultural conversation. And it's based off of his real estate crash course, Flip That Hood. And so for him, what he has decided to do in his contribution to the Power Brunch is that every Power Brunch, he's going to go over a different cheat code in his book. And it's probably like 20 of them, as far as how to help him. And so he's going to go over different cheat codes. For me, as far as the Start Smart ecosystem, I'll be going over different chapters, inside of the Start Smart Your Business Blueprint book. Exercises for people, thought-provoking exercises, things for them to take with them, and some delicious soul food, because we are going to be at Josephine's, which is historically known as Captain Hard Times. So for people who know that spot, they know it
the area.
Captain Hard Times, but now it's called Josephine's. Southern cooking. And the food is good. It's delicious. It's delicious.
Yeah.
As
far as the things that they're going to be learning, what were some, when you all were putting the Power Brunch together, the series, what were some key areas that you identified that where it's like, hey, we need to cover this first during this series? Like how, because I feel like there's so many discrepancies. How did you all kind of narrow it down?
Well, it all starts with personal credit.
Okay.
We'll start there with that conversation.
Yeah.
Credit worthiness. And in our communities, is not something that's taken that serious, or people kind of put it on a back burner and feel like, oh, I'll just pay cash for stuff, or I'll just do this. But the society and the system that we live in is based off of that credit worthiness. So we want to definitely be able to educate people about personal credit and how do we walk you into business credit? Because business credit is not a right, but a privilege. And you have to be intentional about building it. And there's a lot of sound bites out there about exactly how to do it. But if you don't, it's a meticulous process. If you don't do it exactly the way that you're supposed to, then it won't work for you.
100%.
Seriously.
And so with all of the dates, now I did want to ask you, because this is the one thing I didn't know. With the speakers that you teamed up with for the first one, because I have that flyer, are they going to be with the entire series?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's presence the entire series, because there's always something to talk about, and rather, and to kind of spruce it up for people. You don't have to do the same thing every single month, spruce it up for people. Let's talk about something different. Let's do something different.
All right.
We're
change it up.
Yeah, switch it up a little bit. And so what will happen is, certainly on the website, we'll say what we're going to cover those workshops. And then we're going to still live stream it for people if they can't make it, or if they're out of state and they still want to learn the information and they still want to connect with us and be a part of this movement. Certainly we'll have that live stream for people. And then of course, where you all come in with the Power Connect Lounge, for the vendors, for the business owners, for
I'll
the
be there.
attendees. Yes. Yeah. And then everyone's a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone on some level is an entrepreneur. They have a brand, they have something, all of which that could get funded. Yes.
I love
and
that.
That's why they need to take a free business diagnostic.
And you know what, Dr. Shante, can you speak about the importance of showing up and being in the room for anyone that's like, you know, they're doing business and they stay at home, they're homebodies, they never get out, and they're wondering like, why am I not growing? Why am I not meeting people? And they only do it strictly online. Can you talk about that people facing?
Importance, of course, the importance. I mean, because people, you team up some of the best deals and energy. It's about the energy that's in the room. It's going to be dynamic and it's going to pull you to do it. I like to use, for example, I definitely frequent Christ Universal Temple. They have a burning bowl every year, every first Friday. And so the people from CU2, they know what I'm talking about. It is just something else being in the room when we're doing that particular service. And I remember during the pandemic, or maybe a little bit after it happened, maybe that following year, because we had it for 2020, but 2021, I did it online. And I was like, it's not the same. It's just, so it's one of those, yes, it's just one of those things where you really do need to be in the room and up close and personal with the speakers, with the people. You never know who's going to be in the room. You're not going to be able to see anybody else that's in the room. You're only going to be able to see the people who are speaking. And that may be okay for some people, but it's just, you never know who you're going to meet.
Yeah. And you're right about a lot of deals and different things that happen. I mean, you know, a lot of the times it's just, you need to meet people and you do want to feel that vibe out and just see like, hey, I think we could work together. You don't get that when you're strictly online. It's impossible.
Strictly online. Yes. Yes. Yeah, so the extroverts out there, we need you to come on out.
Get outside.
You guys are great. We need you to come on out. So it's a participate.
Yes. Yes. Now, the Power Brunch, I mean, I'm super excited about it. And I mean, you have an event coming up this weekend. Can we talk about it?
So that is so our annual convention of the American Naturopathic Association. That's something that's every year in June, every year in December. That's an event for continuing education. So that's a little more boring than that's what licensed naturopaths, we have to take continuing education to renew our licenses every 2 years in the state of Illinois. And so our national association, we have this event every year for them to be able, and then others who may just want to learn about some of the topics that will be presented in each one of the conventions or the conferences, but mainly just for continuing education.
Now, look, I tell you what, you balance a lot of things, Dr. Shante. But I want to know, I'm going to ask you some things because, you know, we talking business, but we gotta do a little bit too. What do you like to do for fun? Like, what is Dr. Shante's perfect day when she's not working?
When I'm not working, oh my God. So I absolutely love nature. So I love being out when it's nice outside, not cold.
Right. Never.
I love being near water, like a lake or a beach. You know, luckily we have Lake Michigan, but that is a nice pastime for me to just be out and just enjoying just nature, listening to the sounds, you know, the birds, and just looking at, especially when springtime comes and then fall when those colors change. That's still a nice time too. So I like that kind of peace. There's so much going on, so much noise around me all the time and everything that I do. That is that very simple thing that I just love to just sit and people watch them walk their dogs and just, you know, and just be present, because I'm always either planning for something or doing something. Just sit still and be present and just to be able to enjoy the moment, because it passes so fast. So for me, I've learned to do that. So that's something that I love to do. I like to dance, line dancing.
Ooh, okay, so you where them fans at?
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, absolutely. Where them fans at? Yes.
I got the fan. I don't have the dance routine down.
Yeah. So I do like to do that. Not like not the expert stepper, but I do know how to do the 8 steps. So I know how to keep up, you know, and look like I'm doing something. So I like that. I like being out at lounges and places. Like if the lounge has a dance floor. Then chances are they're going to play the wobble or something. They're going to play something for me to go out there and be able to dance. Because they're like, "Hey, you know everything." I do. I like being out and doing that. Definitely, especially in these years, is more of the line dancing, stepping that I enjoy.
And I asked that because, you know, you mentioned earlier, you like the mom tribe and different things. You know, I'm not a mom, but I'll tell you this. I have so many amazing mothers around me. My mother was great, everything. You all balance so much. So I want to know, you know, with you sharing that, some of the good things, if you can give a tip to a mom, even if she's not a business owner, but maybe she's just trying to do a little bit more, she's feeling overwhelmed. Can you give her a tip of how she can navigate that for any mothers that are listening?
Oh, we're feeling overwhelmed because of the many duties that we have. Because when we wake up, I would say get a schedule. You know, I have this segment that says "Do What I Do" on my YouTube channel, right? Okay. So I would say I get up my day starts at 5 a.m. Every day my day starts at 5 a.m. And from 5 to 7, because around 7 o'clock is when I wake the baby up, the son, the child. Okay. So rise and shine. 5 to 7 is my time. That where it's just about me.
That's right.
Because the minute they get up, now everything is about them. And don't let you have a man or a husband too. You have to be able to find that moment just for you, where you don't owe anybody any explanations. You don't owe them nothing, that you take that time for you. And you could it could be any time of day, but you block it off and you set that boundary. I don't care what's happening, who hungry, who crying. I don't care. You block off that boundary for yourself, because we often lose ourselves taking care of everything, including the dog, just taking care of everyone but us.
That's right.
And then you end up becoming resentful of everyone else that you're helping and taking care of when you don't stop and do that self-care for yourself. And so my thing is, you pick a time of day and you carve out that hour. You got one. It's 24 hours and you got one.
That's right.
Carve that out for you by any means necessary. And you put that do not disturb on. Ooh. I don't care who bleed or whatever. They just got you. You go. There's nothing you can do. I don't care who died. I don't care who bleed. There's nothing you're going to be able to do in that moment anyway. So why trigger your nervous system? Give yourself that hour.
That's right. She said, "Y'all looking good."
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Yes. No. That is.
And I mean, and you don't even have to be a mother for that.
Yeah, I was over here. I was like this. I'm like, I'm taking that little tidbit for me, because I used to run myself down to do not disturb. I implement that now. I have to protect my peace, and you have to protect your peace, especially when you have that on your plate. You have a whole person that is looking to you to help take care of them. You have to carve out that time.
Yes. And so I didn't know at first when he was a baby. I was always, when he was a little baby, my whole world was this little boy. And that was because he's my only surviving child of several pregnancies. And so that's why he was my world. I was always there, but I had to learn how to still hang out with adults again. Like, wait a minute, you need to. You are, part of the change and look is a protest statement. Like, wait a minute, she used to. Wait a minute, we not for the just right. So, I had to do. I have to just take that time. And like I said, it's not just moms. Anybody, take that time for yourself. That self-care is so important.
100%. Oh, girl, look, we have so many.
I'm like, look, I'm a whole vibe over here. Let's just get a bottle of wine and let's sit and chat.
No, wait, you said you was getting water earlier. That is not.
Well, I do have it in my little water bottle. I do have it, but I figured out it's 6:30.
We're too cupped up. We're too cupped up. And you know what, Dr. Shante, let me tell you this. I wanted to thank you for one for coming out to support the LinkedIn Lit brunch a few weeks ago. And I just love it. I feel like that, sometimes we don't have the access all the time to people that are doctors and different things. So sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know if they're gonna come and hang with us. Baby, we had a ball at the
I know,
LinkedIn.
and I was able to get that like at the back, the tail end of it. I had an event earlier that day at the Museum of Science and Industry that I had. It was with high school students, and it's kind of career path for them. And I was on a panel to speak to them. I love the kids, so so I had done that, but I didn't expect that traffic was disrespectful coming up to that day. Like, really? I could have been there at least a whole hour instead of half an hour. I mean, 30 minutes.
I'm gonna make it longer. I'm making it longer for the one in the fall. I'm literally gonna add that extra hour on there.
I'm gonna be there from the start. From the start of so if something else happened, I'm like, no, I can't come.
It's gonna be a no.
Yeah,
I'll be putting that on your calendar very soon.
Beautiful in there, and the ambiance, all of that. The food was good, the vendors. I met a gentleman with about CMOS. I said, "Oh, I got to link with you. I got to link with you."
When I tell you, that man was in our my wedding. He is like a family friend, and we literally took his CMOS. I took it after my endometriosis diagnosis. I'm like, I need this every week. Can I have it, please? And yeah, I've
been sleeping on the CMOS game. I really have, but I do endorse it. I do advocate for it. I just haven't taken the time to do my own little thing with it. But since I was a follower of Dr. Sebi, I'm definitely, going to champion it, so for sure. But when people ask me about it, I'm like, it's great. Take it. It's just, I haven't found my little swag with it yet, but I was able to, because of the texture and making it and things like that. So I like to do my own research on things, supplements, and then I like to see and test it out, do my own beta testing of things. And then I have more confidence, and that's one of the things, and I think that is from the molding of becoming a pharmacist, how we trained, how we have to test things and see, so when people, they'll bring a supplement and they're like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know anything about it. Right. So now I have to take the bottle, look at all the ingredients, go through what's active, what's not active, what's a filler, what did they use to do this with? Is there any dyes in it? So there's like a complete, like a forensic audit of the entire thing. And it's mentally exhausting sometimes to even think about when I go and pick up a bottle and say, all right, let's find it. So I have my trusted and true, that's why I have a whole segment on Dr. Shante's recommended supplements, because I've done the work already on them. I've already done my testing, my clinical trials where patients and people have used it. I've been able to see the benefits. I take them myself. So especially if I need something, like some cases, and this is one of the reasons why I don't like the multi-level marketing when it comes to supplement companies. As pharmacists, we're supposed to provide you options. We're supposed to tell you, here are your options. And I always felt like if I got into one of those, then now my opinion is biased. It's because now I'm skewing over here because I have a benefit, I have an incentive. But as long as I stay neutral and I stay out of that, then I can trust myself too and be able to give that honest opinion. Hey, I like this company's omega-3 better than that one. I like this company's multivitamin better than this. I like this company's vitamin D better than. I can give the options now, and I can do that with the integrity, that I try to uphold here, So when people's like, what do you think about this? You got to just give it to me and give me a moment, and then I'll get
need more time.
Yes, as we learn a lot, but we're not robots. You know what I'm saying? So we're not able to download everything that we learned over 20, 30 years lickety split in that moment. Because even when you go to the doctor, or if you go to the emergency room, you notice you see so many people before you see the doctor. There are so many steps a part of that process before you talk to the doctor just prior to being discharged. But in all of that time, that doctor has had time to look at all your history, to assess everything, to do any research they needed to do. So when they walked in that room, they're able to tell you exactly what, when, where, why, because they had time. But a lot of times when you walk up to that pharmacy counter, there's not enough time. You know, like and the phone ringing, the drive-through bell ringing, you know, so there's not enough time to be able to actually give you that fair assessment, you know, and it's actually negligible to just try to, you know, to say that. And so I say that only to say that sometimes when I go to events and they're like, they'll give me their whole life history at 5 minutes, and I'm at a social event and I'm like, well, you know, I've been drinking.
Oh, Dr. Shante, I just said that to somebody. I literally just told them, I'm like, well, baby, I didn't had a drink or two. I don't think that we should be talking business right now.
I'm like, that would be quite negligible on my part. That's gross negligence.
Yeah,
to 100%. Even engage in that. And I'm here socially. Somebody invited me to come out. I had a shot or two. I'm out here kicking it, and
right, like, girl, I'm off the Don Julio.
Oh, it's Casamigos for me.
Hold on. Where's the bottle? Same. Okay. No. Look, I got it. Now, Dr. Shante, you were here. Look at this.
Which
it's like MzMetchi.
Now I got to get branded stuff. Now,
I gotta send you a package. And you know, Dr. Shante, before you leave me tonight, the power brunch is on its way, and I know that it's something like you. First off, you've been promoting your butt off. You've been promoting your butt off with the power brunch.
I'm learning. Look. I give that to the people who do this. Hats off to y'all. Okay,
it's a little rough.
Because this ain't no joke over here trying to post to these groups and follow up. I'm like, oh my God, this is a job. I need to find somebody to do this. But I wanted to be personable, at least for the first one, and people see that it's me doing. It's a little tricky on Facebook on certain groups when they're like no self-promotion. And I'm like, well, damn, it's kind of hard to tell y'all.
Yeah.
You know,
without
me, you know, my face is on there, but it's some other people on there too. So maybe that'll help not seem like it's just all about me, but I do want to do my part and help to spread the word and get, you know, to get it out there, because it's just about exposure, you know, to get people to know that it's happening. And they got plenty of time. We still want them to come and show up and represent for June. It's a few days after Juneteenth. So they should have that Black pride and that spirit. Come on out.
I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be right there in the blueprint lounge. Like, hey, y'all better come see me. And I just
all of the blue brilliance will be at the spot.
I'm excited. I mean, you know, I'm very thankful for you to, you know, have me on. You know, I won't reveal my assignment, but I'm thankful that you wanted the Blueprint Media Company to be a part of the Power Brunch, because it's like everything, you know, we're all trying to do the same thing as far as uplifting the community and doing whatever it is that we can. Like, I love getting the word out about positive things that are going to uplift our community, you know.
Absolutely. One of my mentors that passed away, Dr. Laverne Murphy, he used to always say, it's not that we're not unified, we're just disconnected. You know, so as soon as we just connect those dots, you know, as soon as we connect, it's going to be powerful, you know, and we just got to keep in it. I know sometimes we get tired with each other. I know, but we just got to keep doing it. We just got to keep showing up for each other, you know, and we got to get the youth involved. We really got to get them involved. We have to start training them so that they can take on a baton. You know.
Absolutely. Hello.
Oh, we got some people out there. I'm looking at the.
I know they've been commenting and everything. So hey, she's talking about hey, and I'll put these back up. Everybody is in, and you know, Dr. Shante, before you leave, I want you to just let them know, for one, how they can get their tickets to the Power Brunch. Go, you know, share that, and just how they can also follow you and keep up with you on your journey.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm putting it in right now for everybody. It's at bluestonecg.org/power Power Brunch. So I'm putting that into the chat feed. Will it do it?
Okay. As soon as it pops up, I'm going to go ahead and put that on the screen.
No worries. But yes, Bluestone Capital Group is the official host. And for people, we're looking for vendors. We're looking for people who want to come out and be exhibitors. Maybe you're a new business owner. Maybe you're trying to connect. Maybe you have a brand, you have a product, you have some services, something that regardless if it necessarily sinks in with business. I mean, business is business, so whatever you got, come on out, sign up. And if you go to Bluestone CG, that's Bluestone CG for Capital Group. So bluestonecg.org, and fill out the free business diagnostic tool that I have. Let's do a diagnosis if you already have an existing business, or maybe you want to start one. And then you go, if you do / Power Brunch, it takes you straight to our page dedicated to the Power Brunch. All of the information on the speakers, the people, videos, things that we're going to be posting, all kinds of things. And then certainly after this first event, we're going to use that footage and keep adding to the page so people know what we're doing. And so
I love it.
And I can't wait for the Blueprint Media to stop up it tonight. That's why I told you it's going to be blue brilliance in the building. That's why I said
that. 100%. I'm super excited about it. I love being able to connect with everyone, and I love those opportunities. The fact that we'll be at a historical spot in the Chicagoland area, for myself in 2025, I wanted to set out to be very intentional with, going and supporting people that are, really like-minded for real. Like, we talk about it, but then sometimes we go in spaces that we don't really need to be in, or it doesn't fit. Yeah. And I just want to be in more spaces where it fits, and especially where we can help and uplift. That's where I'm trying to be at. Catch me where we having fun, we're eating good and everything. Catch me there.
Yes, and I don't know. We may have to tell some people to bring your fans just for a little split second. Bring y'all fans.
Fans.
Yeah, bring y'all fans. Your hats.
100%. 100%. Well, Dr. Shante, I want to thank you so much for joining me again. You can come back anytime. So come back. Come back and see me.
I will.
I know you will. Well, look, thank you again. And just look, as always, I'm wishing you much continued success. I'm going to be right there on the 22nd at Josephine's. We're about to have a good time.
Oh, we're going to have a good time.
A ball. It'll be a movie.
I know. It's a whole vibe, y'all. It's a whole vibe.
100%. Well, until next time, I'll see you soon, okay?
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I told y'all, look, Dr. Shante is the one, honey. The one. I'm going to keep her information up while I take a really quick break. When we come back, we're going to be hopping into tonight's Hate It and Love It. Be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, and baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
All right, y'all. It's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. If you missed my exclusive interview with Dr. Shante Griggs, you all can catch the replay, of course, on our Facebook and YouTube page, because you should be following. You should be following the BP Media Co. Okay, type it in. Tonight's Hate It and Love It. So, oh my God, I have so many things. Let's go. First off, as my dad would say, shout out to him, I got my drink and my two stuff. The MzMetchi Show branded shot glass, because baby, look. Let me tell you something. The hated it is that I'm going to be real. Life is real. Okay. Like at this particular moment, it's so real. But the love it is that I am pushing through. You can't stop a girl like me, devil. Okay. You can't stop a girl like me. That's the love it. That's the love it this week. Whenever I share my story, Lord, of just the things that I've overcome or had to go through, you know what I'm saying, good and bad, whether if it was my situation, it was something attached to me, whatever. I know that it's going to be a testimony and it'll help somebody. Because baby, when I tell you I've been having to push, but in pushing, you know, and even with going through those things, I feel more determined now than ever to continue on with my goals. And when I tell you, like, the things that are going on, it's been enough that it will halt someone that's not maybe mentally or emotionally strong. So I thank God for strength. I thank him for everlasting strength at all times. Like, you know, I thank him for when I am feeling like that I want to give up or I want to crawl in a hole. Because let me tell y'all something. One of my toxic traits, y'all, are we about to have a revelation? Y'all ready? One of my toxic traits is that I will, and luckily the people in my life currently, like my close people, they haven't had to experience this for me, but I will go and hide and not talk to nobody for weeks or months at a time. Like, you ever just be so overwhelmed that you just shut down? Y'all want to have a real conversation tonight? Do y'all want to talk for real? Okay. Tracy there preach, so I'm gonna preach just for a second. Some things that would break normal folks, but you know what? One thing I've learned in this life, especially with just things that I've experienced, that, you know, experiences that a lot of people that I know, a lot of people in my life, just in general in society, they haven't experienced yet. Losing a parent, you know, finding out about a chronic illness, just different things that it's just like it could shatter you. For real. My love it is the strength and how I've still been able to take care of business and take care of me in the process, still finding time for that wellness, that self-care, that self-love, that self-preservation, whatever it looks like. That's the love it for me this week. I'm definitely, you know, if I wasn't who I was or who life built me to be at this particular point, I don't know if I would have made it through. Because I told you all, even last week, it was stuff that went down the week of the brunch, and I was just like, what am I supposed to do? Y'all ever frazzle out? Does somebody on this live, somebody that is listening, knows what it's like to frazzle out, where you just like this? I have lost all of my facilities. I can't talk, baby. I can't eat. I don't want to listen. I don't want to do anything. Definitely have those moments. But you know what? If I did not have the experience and just, you know, being able to know how to get myself from that place, don't know. Especially when it was the brunch. Like, y'all don't even understand. That week was one of the toughest weeks. And then it got tougher afterwards. Like, it was just like this. It was like tough. Now we're going to be like tough. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me brace myself. And I'm glad that I did, because in doing that, I was able to, you know, secure some different things for myself, you know. And like today, I'll share a win. This is a love it. So you all know that last year, I won the Ollie Scholarship with BOMA to get my property administrator certification. And this is something that's important to me, baby. I am big dog when it comes to operations and commercial real estate. Like, I've just been around, I've seen a few things. So getting this certification is everything. And they paid for it last year. I'm just like, we love a good scholarship. Well, this year, I mean, I'm I'm still being sponsored. So there was a last minute class. Y'all, I did it. Took my test today. Got a 96. Got a 96. Got a 96. Got a 96. And we have to celebrate the wins. Okay. I got some more good news. Hold on. Deja's in the building. My sister and my cousin. Because we're both, you know, I was a Coleman. She's the Coleman now, honey. That's my cousin, period. And I'm so glad. Y'all make sure that y'all check out Warner's tax and accounting services. Okay, that's not only is she my sister, but she's really helping y'all when it comes to y'all financial affairs. Because I know y'all a little flawed out here. And that's okay. She wants to get you right, get it together. Latifah's in the building. What's up, Latifah? Hey, sis. Baby, let me tell you how Latifah was dropping it low at the brunch, honey. Drop it low, girl. I'm like, oh, she thought it. I'm like, hey. Thank you, Auntie Tracy. Yes, I'm so excited. Like I'm one step closer. I still got 6 steps. But I am, today is a win. I'm like, she got it off the first try. We're not paying to take the test again. No, ma'am. No, sir. Okay. But I do have some exciting news, though. And let me tell y'all how, look, I love my people that love me. And I've already thanked them. And the type of person that my friend is, they're not even going to want me to mention what they did. So I will keep it nameless out of respect for my friend. But I was at work. And then I was contacted by another one of my friends. Shout out to Triple Team. And they're like, hey, you going to SIU to the Black alumni? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm going. It's next month. And it's like, oh, you know, do you want to be one of the hosts? I'm like, you know, I didn't say hell yeah, of course. It was whatever. But let me tell you this. You all know that I started my undergrad at SIU, baby. Saluki. 100%. Put some respect on this. FIUC. Let me be clear. Very clear. Okay, because there's a difference. No disrespect, because FIUE, we family, okay? But it's a different experience. It's an experience. So to be able to, you know, I'm going to be one of the hosts for the all-white party with all of my friends, my dogs, honey, woof woof. We outside this summer. And it's, you know, I love being able to go back to a school that I absolutely loved, and I had an amazing time. So that's the love it. Let's get into the hated it though, and I'll keep it brief. So it's an all-white party. You all know that my favorite color is black. So naturally, I don't have a lot of white garments in my repertoire. I'm like, can we wear black? No, it's an all-white party for real. And of course, I wasn't going to wear my dress that I wore last time. And that one was a little bit problematic, honey. The titties was tittying. Let's just, you know, sorry, family that's on here, but the titties was tittying. So I'm like, I need to get a new dress. I ordered 2 dresses. They were not dressing at all. At all. I'm very concerned. So needless to say, I got some other ones on the way. I have time to be able to find the perfect outfit, because it's just like, you can't be the host and not put that ish on. Now, that brings me to my last hated it. And I told y'all I had a lot of stuff to love, but these are just things that's casual. Have you all seen that video floating around of the young lady that was driving and her best friend was in the passenger seat? And she was upset because her best friend had come to her birthday dinner all dressed up and looking good and looking nice. And the young lady whose birthday it was, who was driving the car, she became upset with her best friend because she felt like that she tried to outdo her on her birthday. Bookie, that's not your friend for real. And there may be a little bit of jealousy there. Because let me tell you one thing about me when I go out with my girls. And I have friendships from a few different, like, you know, phases and things in my life. So, you know, I got friends, my day ones. I got friends I met in college. You know, I got a lot of girlfriends. But I'll say this. Whenever we go out, you know, put that ish on. If you got your boom booms out, your booty, whatever, I don't care. Because I look good. I look fly. I look good. Okay. That video was disturbing on a number of levels. And I'm just like, y'all shouldn't be talking about baby girl. She needs a therapist, respectfully. Because why are you mad that your friend, you tried to look back at me. The girl broke out into tears, y'all. I'm not making this up. She broke out into real tears because she was upset. She felt like that her friend tried to outdress her for her birthday. Now, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking back on the fact that, like, when my best friend, she had a birthday dinner. And she told my friend and I specifically, she just like, y'all better be sexy. I had a little cage bra. I'm just like, oh honey, it's giving Sex in the City. What is it giving? You know, that's just what we do. We're not hating on our friends or looking at their outfit or doing anything like that. I pulled up on my baddies Memorial Day weekend and I had on a jogging suit. And they had on their jeans and all the other stuff. And I'm like, oh, y'all cute. They like, oh, you cute. I'm like, oh, we cute. Okay. David is watching from Cedar Hill, Texas. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a while. Latika said, yes, dumb as hell. She was jealous, crying, talking about her man was looking at her. Yeah. And my whole thing is like, look, get better men. If you're dealing with someone that will literally try to hump on your friend, y'all got to stop doing that. I'm going on break for a quick second. Drop your businesses in the comments. When we come back, we have tonight's What Would You Do? And y'all, this one, I ain't gonna lie. In honor of it being Pride Month, I'm gonna leave it there. We'll be right back.
Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus-size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy. All this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy. Yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy. All this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy. Yummy all in your tummy. Them old mistakes are gone. I won't do them no more. That's old news. That's news. I done did that before. I turn nothing to something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it. More action. You just go see coming. I just keep elevating. No losses, just upgrading. My lessons made blessings. I turn that into money.
Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it is time for tonight's What Would You Do? If you haven't already, make sure that you drop your business in the comments. I want to connect with you. So this one is going to need a little bit something more than the wine. Cheers. I received screenshots of text messages from a man who claims to have had interactions with my husband. Let's call this man James. They reportedly met at a local gym where my husband trains. According to the man, he's been performing sexual favors for my husband in exchange for lessons over the past 2 years. James provided a video from his Ring camera showing him entering his house, and he also mentioned a birthmark on his inner thigh. When I asked if penetration was involved, he assured me that it was not. However, when I showed my husband the screenshots, he denied it and swore on his father's grave that the man is lying. I'm now unsure about who to believe, given the possibility that James may be lying or using fabricated evidence. My husband claims their interactions were limited to playing Madden and training at the gym, but that extra stuff is a bold-faced lie. I did see him going in the house with his controller on the Ring camera footage. I'm seeking your opinion on the situation. I'm thinking, why would this man reach out to me in my inbox? What is his point? I made my husband take an STD test before we even started back having sexual relations. I shut it all down for over a month. I even got tested and we both checked out clean. I'm 4 months pregnant and it will be hard going through this pregnancy alone. Would you believe your husband or James? What would you do? Y'all. Yeah. Let me be mindful. Okay. Let's start tonight. What would you do off with the fact that we're not judging anyone for their sexual preference? That's step one. Sis, and I'm gonna look at the camera dead in the camera when I say this. No matter what workout you're doing at anyone's gym, you're not gonna be able to see that birthmark. He said that he was doing favors for him. You know what that means, right? And she, okay, let me get into the comments. Latifah says, step. Deja, let that man be with you. Clock it, okay? No one, okay. Let's just state the obvious because I'm trying to be cute and I can't be cute. Let me be for real with y'all. No one is going to say, can we get a little explicit? I'm gonna lie about giving somebody some head. Sorry, let's go ahead. Let's have a conversation. That's just not something that you're going around telling everybody that you gave a little blowy to somebody, man or woman, okay? Whatever it is that you did, there is not going to be a time, okay, where I'm going to purposely go and lie about that to anybody. Since he knew what a birthmark was. Okay? How many of y'all that's tuning in right now, you all have listened to the entire What Would You Do? Do you all think that this could potentially be fabricated? Maybe, the guy, James, tried to approach her husband and he turned him down. Do you all think that that's the possibility? Because I don't know. I don't think that it is. I think that he went over there and was getting, that's what I think. There is nothing wrong with anyone being bisexual. Be who you are. But don't go and live a life. You have this woman 4 months pregnant, but you're going over here and getting from James. Make it make sense. Latifah said your husband is gay, baby. She said, no, James on the down low. No, James is the one that was doing to her husband. Okay. So this is it, sis. It comes down to this. This What Would You Do is very quick and to the point. Okay. If you're going to choose to stay around and continue to have sex with this man, even though his favor giver just told you exactly what it was that they do during the off time, you need to go and get on some prep. You need to go and do some stuff. You need to protect yourself because you're dealing with someone that's keeping secrets from you and putting your health at risk. And it's not just because it was James. It could be just for anyone. I personally probably wouldn't let him into me while I was still with child anyway. Baby, you lost them privileges when you was getting from James. But that's if you want to be with someone that is bisexual. But if you want to be with someone that's straight, sis, he messed around with your husband. And if that's what you were needing confirmation on, you like, oh, who do I believe? There was something that was inappropriate and dishonorable to your union that happened. with your husband and James. We don't know the specifics, and you likely never will. You probably don't even want to, because why? But yeah. Latifah said, nah, baby, he did it and trying to get bent over too. Yeah, I mean, and my whole thing is, it's just like, baby, what happened to the sneaky links that don't say nothing? Why y'all calling like, Barbara, this is Shirley. John, this is Joseph. Like, what? Don't come through nobody's phone like that now. Tracy, her hubby on the down low. I think so too. With tonight's What Would You Do? That's really it. And this is the thing. We're living in different times. Be who you are. Love on who you love on. But don't be out here deceiving folks. If I was someone and I liked girls, I'm going to be open about the fact that it's just like, hey, I like you and I like you. We're going to be open with that. Especially when you are sharing your body, you're sharing your life with someone. You should know if they go both ways. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not sitting here with that at all. Oh, Kim, girl, not you missed it. A young lady received screenshots from her husband's gay lover, James. James said that they never had sex, but that he did used to do sexual favors for him. She's gotten tested. She stopped having sex with him for about a month. She got all the STD tests. They came back clear. Her husband insists that he's lying. Okay. She was also sent ring footage of her husband entering James' home. He had a controller, and her husband told her that he only went over to play the game. He didn't go over to do anything sexual with James. She's wondering, should she believe James or should she believe her husband? She got tested and everything was all clear. Hey, cuz, yeah, she needs to get tested and get on some type of prep. Clock it. Kim said James ain't lying. And Kim, that's exactly what I said. I feel like, and I said it before, and again, not to be explicit or it's, cover your ears, but no one's going to go around. Like, first off, if you are only giving oral sex to someone and you're not having sex with them, no one's going to lie about that, because for one, it's disgraceful. Like, it's like, wait a minute, we did all of this and now we're not finished. And then I have to, it doesn't make sense. No one's going to lie about the fact of giving someone else oral sex. They're just not. Head, whatever you want to call it. They're not lying about that. Who would lie about that? And then my whole thing is, anybody that would lie about that, I need to know the context of why you did it. Baby, we have to get down to the root of why you are lying. Why are you lying on somebody's husband? Sis, I believe that there are three sides, of course, to the truth. Your husband's side, James' side, and the actual truth. The reality of it is that there's something inappropriate likely went on. Okay. And you have to decide if you want to live with that. Can you handle it? Some people can. There are some people that are happily in lavender marriages. Y'all ever heard of a lavender marriage? It's like he might do some stuff with you, but he got a little boyfriend. But you're the wife. You guys have a life together. It may work for some. It seems like that she wants a monogamous relationship with a straight man. Sis, you know what time it is. You know exactly what time it is. I have to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be hopping into tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. Be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, And baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus-size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye. Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Y'all know y'all president crazy as hell, right? Let's get into it. What's happening? What's up? What y'all talking about in these comments? Auntie Tracy said a closet free. Girl, what was the name of that movie with Leon in it? The Perfect Example. Yeah, tonight's What Would You Do was a little bit crazy. Like, look, we got to stop denying when the obvious, when the information hits your doorstep, we got to stop acting oblivious. We have to. It's important. Let's get into y'all president. Trump ordered a probe into Biden's mental state during one of his executive actions in office. Y'all know he write them things up like detention notices at a high school with badass kids. Okay. That's what y'all president does. Okay. And now what's been very interesting to me and what's happening and what's up in the streets is the divorce between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Baby, it has been messy and it has been playing out on Twitter. And it's always one of the top things that I see. I don't click on there too often because I'm a Threads girl personally. Threads to me is like Black Twitter because I don't run into nothing but Black and brown folks over there on Threads. Now that's what's happening. What's up? But baby, Elon Musk has been going in. He called the big bill, the big beautiful bill that they're talking about, a disgusting abomination in a post on X, okay? But I'm still going to call it Twitter. Y'all know what time it is, okay? It's been really, really crazy watching it all unfold. Yeah. Auntie Tracy said, now tell me what has Orange's faces done. Girl, he did too much. He did too much. Moving along, y'all didn't tell me that they had a cannabis-friendly music festival. There's a music festival called The Miracle, located out in the Chicago northwest suburbs. Y'all didn't even tell me. Illinois' first ever music festival, it legally permits attendees to bring and consume cannabis on site. It's returning back to the Chicagoland area for its third outing this summer. So you get to go and listen to music and you get to hit your weed for all of my little potheads and my little marijuana cannabis friends. Y'all get to go to the Miracle Festival, and y'all get to, you get to smoke. You can bring it with you. Yeah. It's actually in Mundelein, Illinois, okay? And it's, they permit it. It's September 6th through the 7th. And it's going to be right across the street from the Rise Cannabis recreational dispensary that's out in Mundelein. So you all make sure, if that's what your jam is, get into it. Get into it. Yes, Auntie Tracy, it's a lot of BS, girl. So much. Now, you all know the very famous content creator, Mr. Beast. I was really, really saddened to read a news story on him saying that he has very little money, despite the fact that he was just recently named a billionaire. And on his platform, he is consistently giving out money. I'll tell you this. One of the things that I had to learn when I became a business owner was that you have to find different ways to create revenue, to generate revenue for yourself. And you can't rely on different sponsorships or partnerships or whatever the case is. You have to be able to find other means for yourself to be able to get the resources or the capital that you need for your business. So reading this, you know, I what I didn't like, there were so many people that had a lot of negative things to say. And I'm, you know, every time that I've seen Mr. Beast personally, seems like everybody kind of walked away with the payday. So to know that he, that's not the case for him when that's his main mission, it's unfortunate. You know, it's definitely not something we're not laughing at that. I have some disturbing news though. Now, in one of a story that I shared with you all, this was, I would say, either at the ending of 2024 or at the top of the ending of 2023 or the top of 2024. I had shared with you all about the OnlyFans kind of like porn star that she has, you know, was scheduling to sleep with over 100 men, but the federal government, from where she was going to take, you know, she was going to do it, they blocked it. Do you all know that there is an OnlyFans star? Her name is Annie Knight. She shared requirements for 583 men to sleep with her in 6 hours. She had over 1,000 men sign up. These were the requirements. She said you have to wear a condom, whether if it's for a blowjob or actual vaginal sex. You have to wear a condom. She said this on June 2nd. Okay. And you have to be clean. She also wanted to add that too. But she, in a 6-hour time span, they each had 30 seconds to come and to sleep with this woman for her OnlyFans content. God gonna come back and get us if y'all don't stop acting up. Why do y'all act up like this? First off, let's have a real conversation. Trying to do it with just one. Hell, some of y'all freaky, y'all do threesomes and do all types of stuff. Okay, I'm not mad at you. Get out how you live. But 583 people? I was taken aback at the young lady that wanted to sleep with 100 men. 100. First off, you're not gonna be having relations with me for 6 hours. Baby, TT is tired. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Don't need 5,000 minutes. And let me tell you. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to get explicit with y'all tonight. That's probably for the Blueprint Live After Dark. But I'll say this, okay? And we're going to keep it cute. I'm trying to find the best way to edit this. When you got that good, you don't have to do it for 6 hours. You don't have to allow the people to enter you. Our body is a temple. 583 men in 6 hours. Oh, is it okay? I'm concerned for our generation. And I know with OnlyFans, they doing a lot of things, but it's just like, my whole thing is the people that's going to try to watch it and subscribe, because they're like, I want to see her do these 583 dingoes. Y'all got to stop doing that. Y'all got to stop allowing multiple people to enter you. It doesn't matter with a condom or different things like, oh, you could catch syphilis. Are you insane? What is going on? Why do people want to sleep with these men? It's too much. Baby, one is enough. It's like, get your paws off of me. Tracy said that can't be real. No, girl, they really set it up. This is really a real thing. It's not a joke, girl. No. Well, Latifah said, amen, say that again. It's crack. Baby, cocaine. Why y'all didn't tell me, moving on to the next story, y'all didn't tell me Megan Thee Stallion, not only did she have a swimsuit line, but it was available through Walmart? And it's affordable? I was looking at it, And I'm just like, okay, I'm like, it's a little high cut for my thing. I'm like, I got a fupa. Megan Thee Stallion made the swimsuits for the girls that's got that nice V cut. I'm like, baby, I don't have that. I have a pear shape with some knockers. I need a little tummy coverage, but I gotta look at it I gotta look at everything. But I was like, girl, not only did you do it, but you made it affordable, girl. You can get this $24.99. Yes. What? Y'all ain't nobody told me nothing. Nothing. How dare y'all? She had it for the girls, because y'all know I'm still coming down. So I'm getting me a little Megan Thee Stallion swimsuit wear, okay? Some sad news. I was really, really sad to hear about the fact that Rihanna's father passed away this week. I'm like, dang. I just feel like she at the height of her success. So many things going on. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Keep Rihanna in your prayers. Like, she's still big dog out here, or whatever the case is. But when I tell you, life happens. One of my friends said to me today that it's when, good things are happening and all that other stuff that the devil tries to come and test you. And I sat there because I was sitting outside of my house. I had just pulled back up. And I'm like, oh my goodness. That couldn't be more than true. It's like Rihanna's at the top of her game. She's pregnant with her child. She's with the love of her life, literally living, and something like this happens. So you know what? Even though these people are celebrities, y'all got to keep them in your thoughts and prayers. They grieve. Because some people look at celebrities and be crazy about it. But they are regular people, and they hurt and they feel things just like us. So y'all keep Rihanna lifted up. She lost her damn daddy. Okay? Get it together. Now, Latifah saying you still look amazing, girlfriend. Oh yeah, no, girl. Now look, we ain't denied that. I'm just, I was just saying y'all ain't tell me about the swimsuits so I can gear up, because I'm like, I need to know. I'm trying to, titties and toes all summer, y'all. When I say that, y'all, side note. Whenever I say titties and toes, and I say it around like the real ultra conservative people, honey, they just be sitting up there looking so like, oh my gosh, you just said titties and toes. I'm like, yes, titties and toes out all summer. And they're like, aren't you married? I'm like, he liked the titties and toes out too. Of course he loves the titties and toes. He knew who he met in 2011. I had my titties and toes out then too. I was walking around on carpet. The marble floors. We were walking around on that. I'm like, let me just tiptoe over here. Titties and toes all summer. Now, did you all know that there's an estimated 114 billion pennies currently in circulation, but they're severely underutilized? Can y'all please start using pennies again? Let's have a conversation. They're going to stop making them. Don't y'all want to keep a few pennies around? Don't y'all like to skip them on the water? It's not like, what? Use some pennies. That's all I got to say. It's 114 billion of them that are currently in circulation. Circulate them so that the pennies don't die. We're losing history. They're trying to wipe it away. What are we going to tell our grandbabies and our great-grandchildren? It ain't no more pennies. Keep them in circulation. Use a penny. You need to go in there, give an exact change. Stop playing. And that's on the FDIC. Some more sad news. All jokes aside, I was really, really, really saddened to hear about the fact that the government has put a stop to Job Corps. And more specifically, the Chicago Center. I was really saddened to hear about the fact that that's closed. Like, I love the fact that earlier in the interview with Dr. Shante, we talked about bringing the youth in and making sure that the youth was taken care of. And they've literally taken away a resource and housing and jobs and resources for the youth. So I was really, really saddened to hear about that this week. If you all know anyone that's been displaced from that facility and they're in need of any type of mentorship or resources. I mean, I'm very thankful at this point in not only my career as far as in my business, but also in my 9 to 5, that I happen to know a lot of people that they want to help. They can give resources. They are looking for tax write-offs. Right now is the perfect time for situations. Like if a situation like this is going to jump off, right now is the best time for it to happen, because people are geared up and it's early enough in the year to spread these resources and to help the youth that were affected by Job Corps closing. Okay. And I think the thing that I hate is that, of course, the people that are super, MAGA and different things, like they are just like, oh, it doesn't matter. They're doing this and they're doing that, and not even understanding like these are the people that are going to come into your homes and later on in life and be the electricians, the plumbers, the HVAC people, all, the key figures, any job or any resource that they gave the youth, it's going to continue to pour into the communities that we live in, right? We need trades, we need nurses, we need these people, and they need direction, they need help. And you just made it where everyone is scrambling. Very heartbreaking news, okay? I know y'all heard about them fools that broke out of jail, and then there's been one that's been literally releasing videos on social media while he was still running from the police. Can y'all make it make sense? Baby, you broke out of jail. You go change your identity. You can't be walking around in the clothes that you got from the jail. One of them, they caught him sleeping at the bus stop. I said, baby, you didn't call nobody? Call somebody. Why did you fall asleep there? You didn't think to go to the boroughs, the underground, anywhere else, a bus stop. They're not very smart. Moving along. Now, I know that there are some of my single people that listen to the show, and I want y'all to listen up, especially if you on them dating apps. The U.S. Embassy in Mexico confirmed reports of American citizens being taken by kidnappers whom they met on online dating apps in the recent months, okay? So in the last few months, they've been able to identify people that were actually kidnapped by people that they met online, and they went to Mexico. Let me tell you this, and I'm going to close it out here for tonight's What's Happening, What's Up. I would be scared to meet some of the people online in the United States. But baby, let me tell you one thing's for sure and two things is for certain. I'm damn sure not going to take my ass on a date now and go and meet a complete stranger like that in another country. And no shade to Mexico, because I love Mexico. It's one of my favorite vacation spots. I'm trying to put something together to go to Cancun. Who want to go to Cancun? I want to go to Cancun today. Like, love Mexico down. But baby, if I have not met you, honey, if I don't know you, I didn't meet you at a resort. I didn't meet you at the airport. So, something where I need to be able to identify what you got going on. I don't get afraid to do that with someone in the United States, let alone in Mexico. Jamaica, I would have been like, risky, but like, book yourself through Amstar or something. Like, I'm pressed. Y'all getting kidnapped in Mexico? Jesus. I'm going to take a really quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be hopping into tonight's topic. Are we taking our wellness seriously? We're going to touch on that for a few hot moments before we close out tonight. Be right back.
Hey, are you struggling with weight loss? Try everything and the scale hasn't moved for you? Well, I think it's time for you to call our good friends over at Live Long Health. They have everything that you need to help with weight loss management, and they also offer a plethora of other services. So make sure that you go ahead and head to livelonghealth.net, okay? Or call 708-998-5542, okay? And guess what? The best thing is you can treat yourself now and pay later. They accept several different payment types, And baby, it's time for you to go ahead and make that move to get healthy. So choose to live long with Live Long Health.
Are you in need of a mobile bartender for your next event? Contact Paris Ice Bar today. From crafted cocktails, tapas and hookah, Paris Ice Bar has you covered. Visit ibringhappyhour.com or call 407-707-8202.
Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, and it's time for our topic of the night. Now, I've held you all here long enough, so we're going to get into this real quick. I can answer this question for you all. Are we really taking our wellness seriously? I was not always doing that at a point, and I still fall short. I know somebody hear me out here. Somebody hear me tonight. We all fall short. Let me tell y'all, I shared with the Hate It and Love It that it's been so many things going on that like I wasn't even eating consistently because of stress, you know, straight up like stress, just work, trying to stay on top of everything. I was not even doing that. So we fall short. But for me, what I am learning, and I love the fact that Dr. Shante touched on it earlier, was that we have to put that time in place for us. And, you know, what I have to recognize is like, I'm a lot for a lot of people. You know, I try to show up and be my best, show up as my best self, do those things. And I tip a lot of different hats. And I used to be bothered when I had to take some time for wellness, whether that was rest or not going to an event or not offering up a service or whatever it was that looked like. I used to be a little bit uncomfortable with disappointing other people, you know, and you know, and having to put my wellness first. I'm like, I don't want to let anyone down or not, you know, fulfill my role or my duty. So where I'm at right now, and it's been this way for a little bit, is that that's a part of wellness for me, because wellness looks different. It can be going to get a massage or getting a facial or taking a mental health day. That's wellness. But wellness is also, you know, getting enough sleep, taking your vitamins, you know, going to your regular scheduled doctor's appointments. So I think that as a whole for society, I do think that we are all taking our wellness seriously, but sometimes wellness and what category you have to focus on, I do feel like that it fluctuates. And maybe that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But I would say that I think that we're all trying to take it seriously. We're all working towards our wellness in some type of way. You know? Yeah. Tracy said, what about you? Absolutely. Yeah. And I just, you know, it's when God makes you a giver and he makes you, you know, I'm a reformed people pleaser. I don't mind. I share that with you all the time. It's hard when you have to put you first. I'm like, I'm putting me first, Lucius. What about you? Take your wellness seriously, y'all. You matter. You matter. And I don't think we need to beat a dead horse with that, but taking it seriously, it looks like a culmination of things. You're taking care of yourself in your whole degree, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, everything. I don't know if I said spiritually, but spiritually probably first. It has to happen. Take it seriously, y'all. We're going to close out with tonight's quote of the night here in just a moment.
Be sure to shop Pretty Curvy Savage, where style meets comfort, and you can be bold and be fierce. This plus-size clothing line is everything that you need in your closet, ladies. So be sure to visit prettycurvysavage.com and use promo code MzMetchi10 for your special discount. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night.
I tell you all that the quotes each week that they find me. Auntie Tracy said, yes, you matter and people have to be mindful. Of course. Yeah. And I just, you know, look, I've been telling everybody in my life, I'm like, don't expect much from me because I ain't got it to give. I'm like, these days I don't be having too much to say, but I got a lot to do. Okay. Y'all know the drill. But this particular thing, it found me, it was on the For You page on Pinterest because I love Pinterest down. Love it down. And it says, this letter is to you, the you that's had a rough week, the you that seems to be under constant storm clouds, the you that feels invisible, the you that doesn't know how much longer you can hold on, the you that has lost faith, the you that always blames yourself for everything that goes wrong. To you, you are incredible. You make this world a little bit more wonderful. You have so much potential and so many things left to do. You have time. Better things are coming your way. So please hang in there. You can do it. That was by Jody Bickley. And I mean, it was so profound that I went ahead and I had to subscribe to her. I'm just like, let me go ahead and subscribe to her on Pinterest. That letter found me this week at a point where I was feeling like a mini shutdown coming. I'm like, I'll stop all of this. And sometimes when you're going through things, sometimes you see something and it just gives you that little push. And that's what it did for me. So I knew that when it came down to tonight's quote of the night, I wanted to include that. It was a little bit of a longer one, but definitely one that's relevant. I love y'all so much. Now, next week I'll be back. I don't have a special guest as of yet, but you all know things change, honey. They change and quickly. But next week we'll be back, same time, same place. I want to thank my very special guest, Dr. Shante Griggs. Okay, she is the one. I told you all, the Power Brunch is going down. The first one kicks off June 22nd at Josephine's in Chicago, Illinois. June 22nd is going down. I will be in the Blueprint Lounge. I'll be doing media that day to help do some coverage for the Power Brunch. I'm really looking forward to connecting with the people in the room and also getting and learning some resources for myself because we're all at a place where we're trying to level up. And even if you all can't be in the room, I would love to be able to get the information to spread to you as well. So I'll be there. Hopefully you all will be there. And, you know, good night. Good night, y'all. I love you too. Until next week. Bye.